Hello, everybody. I'm late with this one as I took it last year and never got around to making a video review for it. The good news is I took notes. So let's talk about the history of the Vietnam War DSST. I'm going to start this off by saying I'm going to mess up some of these names, probably most of them. Many people say that they have a hard time keeping the name straight in this test, and I was definitely one of them. Let me give you an example. Nguyen is an incredibly popular name in Vietnam, with some estimates saying up to 40% of the population has that name. So you have the Nguyen dynasty, Nguyen Khan, Nguyen Van Thieu. None of them has any relation to the others, but all of them are very important for you to know for this exam. Now, if you run into the same issue that I had, concentrate on the last part of the name, which is actually the first name. It'll make things easier to remember, or at least it did for me. Looking at the fact sheet for this test, you can pull a lot of good information from it. I've talked about this before, but one of the big differences between CLEP and DSSTs is that CLEP fact sheets have gotten much better over the years, where DSSTs are still hit or miss depending on the exam. This one is a hit, though. If you go through each one of these lines and ask ChatGPT to teach you about it, you'll probably be ready to crush this exam at the end. Luckily, we've already done all the hard work and have all of this on our free study guides and our flashcards for you. I would pay particular attention to the French occupation, how it came about and how it ended. Know how the political system in South Vietnam was put together and how the coups and various religious and social programs either helped or hurt those administrations. Know how America got involved, why, and what involvement looked like over the years. It changed. Read up on the American political landscape and how the conflict helped shape the younger generation back home. I would know the things that happened in Vietnam that affected the war effort back in home, such as like the My Lai massacre and the Tet Offensive, as well as the things that happened in America that affected our efforts in Vietnam, such as Watergate and Walter Cronkite's comments on national news. I don't think you need to spend too much time studying the battles, but you should be able to identify the notable ones, such as the Battle of Hue, Khe Sanh, Da Nang, and Luc, etc. The same goes for the various strategies and operations on both sides, such as Rolling Thunder, Cedar Falls, the Tet and Easter offensives, and the Strategic Hamlet Initiative. There were a few quirks with the test itself that I'd watch out for. For example, many of the questions can be answered by referring to earlier ones, which is good for us. One question would tell you about an event in a certain year and ask what happened. Another question would tell you exactly what happened in the same event and then ask what year it occurred. By going back and forth between questions, you could get some easy points. That was kind of nice. Another weird one was that some questions only had 3 answers, which was the first time I've ever come across that, and I think it was a total mistake on their part. For those who don't know, most DSSTs have 4 answers per question. All in all, it wasn't a particularly hard test, and I can recommend it to anyone who needs the credits. I think a lot of people get spooked because they don't know much about the material, but if you're a history fan, that is well worth your time to learn this one. As always, I hope this helped. It's a real short one. I would just go through all of our study guide summaries and then test your knowledge with the free flashcards and practice tests. If you do that, you'll probably score higher than I did, since I took this one on short notice with a little actual study. If you are in a rush to pass, we do have a quick prep bundle available for this one, and it'll be free until April the 22nd, so grab access while you can. You can subscribe to the channel to be notified when other videos like this one are available and other free promos are released. With that, I'm going to wrap things up. Wish you the best of luck on all of your exams, and I'll be sure and see you in the next video.